Play the role.
100%, because I didn't know what I was doing in the men's bracket. I was like, all right.
That's how I thought about the women's bracket. I ain't gonna lie to you. And the men, damn it. Let me not discriminate at both. I mean, how many college games do I get to watch throughout the year? I was guessing the whole way.
That's a fact.
But the one thing that I was sure of, I thought that Florida and Duke, I had Florida and Duke meet for the national title. And in this case, I had South Carolina and USC meeting for the national title with the women's, because I thought Juju Watkins would beat Page and UConn in the Elite Eight, and then they would go to the national championship game against South Carolina.
We're going to have to wait for the WNBA for that.
Yeah.
Which is going to be some time because Juju's coming back. All right, let's keep it rolling, guys. Hey, good job by you, Steve. Way to go, bud. It was a big night in the NBA last night. The Nuggets fell to the Timberwolves 140-139 in double OT. Nikola Jokic became the third player in NBA history to record a 60-point triple-double, joining Luka Doncic and James Harden. On the other side, Anthony Edwards had 34 points as the T-Wolves recorded their 12th win in their last 15 games. It was Edwards' 7th straight game with at least 25 points against the Nuggets. Stephen Curry had a game for the ages, recording 52 points, 10 rebounds, 12 three-pointers to beat the Grizzlies. Curry's 12 three-pointers, too shy of his former teammate Klay Thompson's single-game record of 14. All right, when it comes to Curry, Jokic, and Edwards, Stephen A., who do you think's most important to their team to really make a deep run during the playoffs?
Wow.
Tough question.
It's a tough question. It really, really is. I'm going to say Anthony Edwards. When I think about Denver, there's still Aaron Gordon, there's still Michael Porter Jr., there's still Jamal Murray, there's a championship pedigree. When I think about Golden State, obviously Steph is everything, we get that part, but Jimmy Buckets could explode in the postseason. When I'm looking at Minnesota, who do you have? And that's not to throw any shade on them. I remember when Julius Randle was in New York averaging better than 22 a game. I understand that. He hasn't been that player this year coming back from his injury, but I got a lot of faith in Julius Randle. But he's struggled historically in the postseason. In a best of 7, you get to key on him in that left hand, and you lean on that left hand a lot, and he's not the most ambidextrous dude in the world. So because of that, there's some limitations in there. Nas Reed can play, and he can hurt you in spurts. But that's really not his game. What they do is they lean a lot on Anthony Edwards. Minnesota goes where he takes them. Without him, it ain't happening. And so that's what to answer the question about one of those three, my answer to that would be Minnesota.
Well, listen, they need them all, because if Jokic doesn't play great, Murray's very good. He's a great closer. They would struggle. If Curry doesn't have, 25 to 30-point games, I'm not sure if Butler over a longer period of time can carry the load. And as Stevie said, he hit it right in the head with Edwards. Last year they had Towns to help their offense. Randall's not great in the postseason. Nas Reed scores his 14 a game, but still in a lot of his set. So they need all three. I will say Curry, because we think that nobody thinks that Minnesota can go to the final. I think some of us in this room, you and I, Golden State could, but I don't know if Golden State can unless he has a big-time postseason. I don't know if he can have a couple of those games where he doesn't shoot great, he scores 21 points, and he's, 5 for 21 from 3. I don't know if they can win those kind of games. Jokic can be a little off. They got Murray. Edwards maybe be a little off. They play good defense. They can maybe Randall. I think Curry's got to play great for them to get to an NBA final. So I'll say him.
My initial answer to this question was I'm with Stephen A. But just to round out the conversation, I think the case when you look at Denver, though, in terms of needing Jokic to be top tier, is that we've seen them at points this season show a lack of focus, right? And so if Jokic is not a triple-double machine going into his third season averaging a triple-double, I don't know that I've seen consistently the performance this season, even though this is a group that has experience and has won together. I don't know if I've seen a second guy step up. Aaron Gordon was terrific last night. He was great from the three-point line. They've kind of been in and out of injury situations with Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. But just because that little focus thing tends to rear their head with them, I think Jokic has to be 100% on point so that everyone else can fall into place and then play into their necessary roles.
I can understand that. They're a little sloppy. They're a little, as you said, they're a little inconsistent. And but Denver lost 2 games to the Wizards. Denver lost the Bulls, a big game last week at home.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little erratic, so they need Jokic to be on his game.
He's got to be steady. Yep.
All right, let's get to the women's side. So the women's Final Four is set for this weekend in Tampa.
Did Curry's 50-piece change how you view the Warriors as the playoffs approach?
No, I don't. I just don't think nobody want to play him, but I don't. We'll see. I still haven't. They've been, they don't change how I look at him, but he's still dangerous. We know that.
I think it speaks to the system that's created for Steph. I think it speaks to his skill set, how good he is at shooting the three. To be able to come off and have a good shooting night for Steph, that's what that looks like. I'm hot tonight. And if I'm hot, let's just say 6 out of 10 nights, I'm hot like that, which he can get hot like that. I think that's the advantage for them, but it's the handicap too, it's their crutch.
7-game series, realistically, how many games?
We shut that water off.
How many games do you think Steph can be able to perform at that level? How many games do you think?
He can perform every night like that. Every night he can be on if you're giving him clean looks. It's up to him to miss. But if you turn that water off, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
He got to average 28 in the series.
Yeah, they're done.
And we talked about not so much about Steph, but also about what Jimmy is going. If you get a Jimmy playing at that level,
Jimmy's not there.
If they play like they played last night.
No, he has to have a middle name or something. That's not him.
If they play
that's
like
not Jimmy
Bucket.
Bucket.
No, hell no. I don't know who that is out there.
If they played like they played last night. Yeah, but
And we don't expect Steph to have 52.
like I said, in the playoff series, for them to beat somebody, like I just stated, he's going to have to average 27, 28, 29 in a playoff series, maybe 30.
Yeah, it's got to be 30 plus.
For them to get out the first round.
Which we know he can do easily. But
Absolutely, but he has to do it.
What does that version of playoff Jimmy in the Warriors uniform need to do?
No, he ain't going to have to average 20-something. So
you don't think
same shit we said?
Him and Draymond need to have a conversation on who's replacement. He need to start teaching Jimmy how to be Draymond.
That's where you feel like the trajectory is headed right now.
That's who Jimmy Butler is going to be the new Draymond. That's what it is. You just take the reins and learn how to pass the Steph. Get in how to learn to get in that backpack. So you learn how to get in the backpack. You get your chip right off into the sunset. You might even become a Hall of Famer.
So if Jimmy has to learn how to become the new backpack, what does Draymond have?
He's going to become the chauffeur. He's going to open the door. Remember life. Where you going? Where you think you going?
Damn toe in the bottle.
Yeah, I'm going to drive Mr. Ramsey to the airport. That's Draymond. Draymond is the chauffeur now.
And I hope you piss on this shit.
No, that was, Steph. Yeah. We all know what he's capable of doing, man. It's going to be needed. And one of those, it's not going to be 50.
So we talk about that Warriors big three, Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond combined for 92 of the Dubs, 134 points.
Well, he scored 50.
Yeah, I understand.
That's a little,
I
it's a little biased. It's a little,
I'm just saying.
It's a little lopsided.
But even Jimmy coming through with the 27, he's been wishy-washy during this stretch, 18-2 together on the court.
It's dope.
But we feel like anyone can stop the Warriors if they're playing at this peak for at least 4 out of 7 games in the series.
Yeah, now they got to play like that, like they did in the playoffs.
You think it's possible?
I don't think it's a they. he got to play like that. He's the engine. There's no doubt about it, bro. Like that's why he had to take that rest. He had to get to.
And Steve Kerr said he got some rounds of golf in, got to hang out for a week, got to rejuvenate. He is getting up there in age, but
they still carry him, motherfucker.
Yeah, buddy. Still carrying him.
And anything to speak of just with Draymond and Jimmy defensively, obviously Draymond, current front-runner, defensive player of the year. As you know, playoffs come around, defense a lot more important than it is in the regular season.
Individual defense, absolutely.
I like their combination is very deadly. That's what gives them a chance is the other side of it, because Jimmy can cover now for Steph as a guard situation and cover for Draymond. You know what I'm saying? I think they're both talkers.
Yeah.
We call them Mike backs or the middle guy. So you can be there hawking and talking and switching and trying to get a break. That's the thing they miss is a shot blocker that can start the break. I think that will give them advantage in the playoffs, other than trying to get stops and depend on Steph to kind of save us with a bucket every time.
Got the big boy they've been playing though. Was it
Quentin Post?
Post?
Yeah, he a rookie.
Yeah,
He can shoot that.
He's
thing.
averaging
Shoot that
about
thing,
10
and
and
these motherfuckers.
something. We don't never talk about him.
7'1", 7'2".
Second round pick.
Yeah, he throw him. You serviceable. In this new NBA, you need a
confident.
body.
Yeah.
Big, yeah. So
I think he averaged about
Yeah,
nine a game.
Yeah, 9, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, played 37.
How many
games.
minutes he averaging?
17.
yeah, so that in the playoff series,
Nice.
But production and workload have increased.
yeah.
Bro, he can
You
get
need that.
15 a game for you.
You need that. You need that. He spread the floor, man.
That's why I say
And you don't
Draymond
game
be the
plan.
chauffeur now. Draymond
41% from 3.
And you don't game plan for him.
Right.
Right. He's that wild card. Like
He's just a big